Hello and welcome. That's a bit random how I just said that, but yeah, welcome. I'm actually going to probably put this on to the podcast, so it'll be episode 5, and we're going to just look at a little bit of what goes on up here in our minds. So you could be listening to this, you could be watching this on YouTube on a video, but this is very important, and this is something which I'm starting to do with a lot of my coaching clients, where we look at a little bit. Say hi, Dex. There you go. We look at a little bit of why we're actually stressed, and stress is it's just a perception. And I've changed a hell of a lot recently, my own mind and what is happening and what I've done. I'm not going to say any names on here, but the person will know who it is that has sent me this list. Just to see what is actually created by ourselves that we stress about. Now, let me look through this list, which a client has actually sent to me. What 10 things? Okay, she's actually sent 13. Now, first off, you know who you are. Learn to count, because 13 is unlucky. Let's just read through, and then we'll go through and explain each one over the time. First thing, not having enough time to do work-related tasks. Mainly administration, needing some administrative assistance. That then goes down to affect client experience and stalling the growth of the business. Number 2, busy schedule, constantly rushing from one place to another place, stressing her out. Number 3, not seeing the partner enough, constant sense of guilt. Partner is busy, they're busy, both parties are busy. Number 4, a massive one here, clients being able to contact them day and night. So no matter what way that is, we'll have a look at that, because that's a big one. Number 5, just trying to schedule the days to get that work-life balance, which not many people have actually managed to find that balance. And me personally, I've been through all of these, by the way, and I'm still going through some of them. So by all means, these are just my opinions and my advice. It's not fact of what to do. I'm not saying my way or the highway, I'm a guru or something like this. This is just my opinion and what I do here. Current high body fat percentage, feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, hating that clothes are too small, how slow the body and muscle is built, how slow the body builds muscle compared to Facebook posts. The house needs a lot of tender love and care, more storage, more redecorating, and there's not enough money and time to do it. Not having enough time to prep food as we would like, and then panicking when hungry, haven't bought the meals, so that then causes more stress. Self-employed. A lot of my clients that I actually coach who are coaches themselves, and this is why I love coaching people that are actually coaches, because not only do you help them become healthier, become less stressed, and get their goals, you then help their own clients as well. And it's just like a chain that goes down and just always expands. So paying the tax bill stresses them out. Having too many leisure time commitments, so no downtime on their own. Too many birthdays, weddings, get-togethers, dinners, and all that. Finances stress them out. And partner being constantly on the phone or laptop. Now, first off, I'm going to say number 13 and number 4 more than likely boil down to the same thing. But we'll get to that. So let's start from the top. Now, first thing is to have a look and see what one thing we can do. So not having enough time to do all your tasks. How do you know you've not got enough time? What do you do with your time? Working out a planner. So only spending time on one thing at once. So don't be scheduling yourself 10 things at a time and then giving 10% of your energy and your passion and your knowledge to 10 different things. Why not just give one thing 100% of your effort, 100% of your attention, so you can always do your best there? So what one thing can you do? Why don't you just write it down? Needing to get administrative assistance. What can this person do to get this assistance? Is it hire someone? That will then allow specific windows of opportunity to complete the administration in the clinic. But is it because you don't have enough time? Or have you actually got the time and it just requires organisation in order for your time to be utilised a little better? Now, a lot of these links into everything, but if you look at the different stresses here, if the clinic grows, what does this mean for the second stressor? So, do you actually need your clinic to grow at the moment? Do you need your business to grow? Do you want your business to grow? Is that what you want, or do you just want more money? Do you really want to help more people by spending more time away from your partner? Or do you just want more money to be less stressed for your services? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I personally got in this industry to help people, not to treat people as numbers. But you do need to have a line where you then look and say, hang on a second, is this time worth more than time with my family? Is it worth more than time with my partner? Is it worth more than the time with your pets, taking a dog for a walk? So yeah, we have to have time for us, time for our family. So what happens if the clinic grows? What happens if your business does grow? We always look at what happens if it fails, but what happens if it succeeds? Someone said that to me once, and I was like, hang on, yeah, what happens if it takes off? It's Chris Burgess, actually. Hopefully we'll get him on the show. Amazing guy. A lot of time for Chris, because he's helped me with his group Lift the Bar to become where I am right now. And by all means, I've got a hell of a long way to go, but he's helped me so far a long way on my journey. So if this person's clinic grows, what happens? In theory, it means there's even less time. So, yeah, your clinic can grow, you can get more clients. What does that mean? You are bloody good at your job. You are absolutely great at your job. So why do you need to grow? Is it to get more money? Is it? Why do you need to grow to get more money? You're already really, really good. Now, why can't you just charge more? Why can we not just charge more for our services? You deserve it. You value your time. So why can we not just charge more? So if you're really that good, you can charge more. Now, if you're sitting there and saying, no, I can't charge more, why? I actually said I couldn't charge more once. And the reason was, when I looked at the other, this is when I was doing one-to-one personal training, not online coaching, I looked at the other people that I would see as my, not rivals, but other businesses in Norwich doing personal training. And, yep, I looked at them, I looked at the average price. Average price for personal training, what, £30, £35 for an hour? Now, first off, why charge by the hour? Why not charge by the session? Because if the session finishes in 40 minutes and that client is done, but they're paid for an hour, they're going to think you've shortchanged them. And so, yeah, when you look at the average price being that, and why can't you charge more than average? After all, isn't your service better than average? Isn't your service better than the rest of the people? Doesn't the cost and the time that you have to give to this person equal more than average? Is your partner not more than average? Is your family not more than average? The time you're taking away from them. So yeah, why can't you charge more? So we don't have a lot of time necessarily. We could argue once again, time is just an opinion that someone else said millions of years ago or thousands of years ago. A second is a certain time from A to B, but that's a story for another day. And I love that sort of thinking. Now, what happened when I increased my prices? Some people stopped inquiring. A lot of people didn't. They kept signing up. And these clients were people who valued the time, because they're putting an investment in themselves. it was a case of people would pay, if you charge £10 a month and you get 10 clients, that's £100 a month. But how much time do you have to put in? How much value would those 10 clients be for the same price as what? Takeaway? Well, takeaway is more than that, isn't it? Pass. But the same price for, say, a takeaway. Now, if you had one client that paid £100 a month, how much more are they going to value that? That is a lot more money. So imagine this. If you are charging average price, which is say £30, and you do 10-hour days because you've got so many clients and you've got no time for yourself, and you work 3 days a week for that £30 an hour, that's £300 a day for working 10 hours non-stop, which stresses you out ridiculously. Now, £900 for 3 days work, which is 30 hours. What if you doubled your price but worked half the time? You get the same amount of money back, but you have double the time that you had before. It's not an answer necessarily, but it's just something to think about. A little bit of me rambling on, but it's just what I see. So if we look at here, going on to number 2, I'm not going to go in this much depth for each single one. I just want to just open up my minds a little bit, and a little bit of the depth which I now go in with my clients, and we look at the mindset a bit more. We'll speak to people face to face. I say face to face, Skype to Skype, over the phone, in more depth emails, but we actually look at the different things that a lot of coaches don't look at. We won't necessarily just look at you eating this, this and that to get there, there and there. We'll actually look at the other things causing stress as well. So the busy schedule is causing stress. Constantly rushing from one place to another. So what happens if you don't rush? What's the worst that can happen if you do not rush? Now, okay, if we look outside, it is pissing it down with rain right now. Now, my car is about 100 metres down the road. Lovely living in a terrace street. If I run to my car, I'm going to get wet. If I walk to my car, I'm going to get wet. Whatever happens, I'm going to get wet. Not that being wet is a bad thing, in some cases, but I'm going to get wet if I rush or I don't rush. So what's the worst that can happen? Okay, you might argue I'll get a little bit more wet if I don't rush, but yeah, you open yourself up to a lot more possibilities. A lot more mistakes if you rush. You don't dedicate enough time to people if you rush. Now, if you don't rush and you can give a much better service to people, can you not justify charging more? Not seeing the partner enough, number 3. I actually feel guilty because of it. Sense of frustration. He's busy. She's busy. You're both working to live the lifestyle that you want. And it's come to resentment. It's all boiled down to a little bit of resentment. Now, fuck work for 2 nights a week. Book it in your diaries. Date night. Another guy made me do this. He did then moan when he actually booked a coaching call on my date night. But I did say, you told me. Cheers, Dan Meredith. You are bloody amazing for actually making me do this. And again, with the triple W, so the won't work Wednesday, that we got self-employed because we wanted to have more time for ourselves, for our family. And if you think about it, you say you're too busy. Are you too busy and value your clients more than the person you would want to spend the rest of your life with? If the answer is yes, I'm too busy, we'll go back to, are you charging enough? Do you value your time enough? Is the price you charge your clients the price that is worth missing date night with your best friend, your soulmate? It's hard to answer the questions. And it took me a hell of a long time to admit that. But now Wednesday nights and Saturday nights, me and my fiance, that is our time. So we may spend Saturday nights or one of the nights with friends, with family, but they are our time. At least one of those nights a week, even if it is literally just cutting out the world and chucking on some really cool film like Harry Potter, we will be sitting there and we will watch it. Number 4, this was a massive thing, which was very hard for me to do, and it's still what I'm working on, purely because I love my business, I love my clients, but we do need to draw the line. Being able to be contacted day and night, text, phone, email, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, what is there, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, anything, whatever, Periscope, all that sort of stuff. It's not that clients don't have any concept of personal space. It's that we let them. Now, it's simple, but the hardest thing to do, turn your phone off. Turn it on airplane mode. Have a personal number and a business number. What do I do now on date night? I leave my phone at home. It's supposed to be left at home. It's a work, it's a contact. Now, if you've got the entire world sitting in your pocket, how can you ever relax? Even sometimes when taking the dog for the walk. How can you relax if you've got the entire world sitting in your pocket? If you've got access to every single thing in the world in your pocket, that is powerful. Now, also, how many times do you sit there and you're looking at a load of bollocks on Facebook? Save time, don't scroll down. Do your patients have your home phone number? Now, you can also turn emails off from your phone. Turn Facebook notifications off. Choose to get those notifications. Choose to go in your email, click refresh and get your emails come through. Now, I only have my one personal email come through to my phone now. I have to go on my Mac. I only check my emails after listening to the Tim Ferriss 4-hour work week. I'll only check them at 1 o'clock and I'll aim to reply within 72 hours. Pretty much all the time I'll reply within 48 hours. If it's urgent, it'll say in the actual subject field. But that is what I'll be doing. So fetching your own emails. Also, even like on your emails on your Mac, choose to open it up. Choose to look at your emails. Don't have it automatically open up. So when we say about we always reply instantly, what happens if we don't? Imagine this. You go to the supermarket. We're not going to lose clients, okay? So if you go to the supermarket on a Sunday night and it is closed, you can not buy a pint of milk. Now, you have to wait until the next day for it to open. Does it mean that you can't then go to the supermarket and you don't want to go to that because that supermarket closed? It has opening hours, but we are our own worst enemy and we will reply, and I've replied at like stupid o'clock at night. Now, I try and turn my phone off. I do turn my phone off now. So, yeah, checking your emails at a certain time. Now, if you check your emails throughout the day whenever they come in, and you wonder why you haven't got enough time, then, yeah, you're going to spend, say, 5 minutes checking all your emails at 10 times per day. That's 50 minutes. But what if you had all those emails come in, deleted all your junk and all your shit out of there, and that took 15 minutes because you're only checking them once a day. You reply to what you need to reply to on that day. Yeah, then you're going to take a lot less overall time. So, when we look at the busy side of things, when we get to the trying to schedule on my days to get work-life balance, never finding balance, do you know what balance is? Have you actually written down what you consider a work-life balance? How many hours you want to work? How many days you want to work? How much time you want for your own life? Have you considered that? Then how do you know you're ever going to get balance if you don't know what it looks like? How do you know it's not even there already? Or is it just made up in your head? something to stress about. So you're stressing at something to stress about just to say you're stressing about something, which probably people will then put on Facebook to say they're stressed about, to then stress about it even more because they're getting more notifications. Now, this is another thing. Lists. I'll add that to my to-do list. I'll add that to the list. I heard that left, right and centre all the time. I'll add that to the list. What fucking list? There's so many people out there that have this imaginary list and it never ends because it never exists. I'll add that to the list of things I'll never get done because it's not actually on a list. If you start writing down the things you need to do and you do say the top 3 things or even one thing off that list every day, and you make a promise to yourself to do that list, you become instantly more productive because shit gets done. You're being accountable to yourself. I'm going to look at something with regards to the current high body fat percentage because this is something I don't like in the industry. Why? Because it nearly gave me an eating disorder. And that's something for a whole nother point of time. But really, do we need to worry about our current high body fat percentage? Looking at people's posts on Facebook. Now, how slow the body builds muscle compared to posts on Facebook. Instantly, if we cut out Facebook, a lot of the time, we're not going to see these posts. So, they don't exist. Screw them. Now, it doesn't matter what these people are taking. It doesn't matter what these people are working out like. It doesn't matter what they're eating. It doesn't matter how many donuts they're fitting in because they fit their macros. Or how many chicken and broccoli Tupperwares they want to post every day. They are not you. You cannot do nothing about them. Honestly, if someone is assisted, if someone is natural, if someone is paid millions to be in shape, if someone hardly works out and is in shape, if someone fits their macros and eats crap and is in shape, what difference does it make to how your own body works? The house needs TLC. It needs more storage, it needs redecorating, but there's not enough money to do this. Let's go back to the beginning and have a look if we're charging enough. There's not enough time. Let's have a look and see if we're charging enough. So if we could charge more, we'd have more time, we would have more money. Now, food prep. What I'll do with my clients, I will look at things where we will get convenience in there. I will deliver a plan of what to eat, but I will say change your food as much as you need to for convenience. If you need to eat out, eat out. Just follow certain guidelines on there, which is what we do. If you haven't brought meals, there's always convenience options. I mean, you can get a basic salad or something from Subway. Just check your intolerances and check the ingredients and be brainy. Look at convenience options. Paying your tax bill. You're self-employed. Are you doing your own tax return? If that tax return costs you £100 to get done from someone else, then why are you doing it if it's going to take you 10 hours and you get paid £30 to £50 an hour? It's going to cost you triple the price, even 5 times the price of getting someone else to do it. So outsource. Too many leisure commitments, so there's not enough time for me, for us. Say no. Simple. Say no. Don't you have to make an excuse? Just say you're really busy or something. Just say no. No excuses needed. Finances stress you out, charge more. People being constantly on their phone and laptop. Are you constantly on your phone and laptop? Once again, it comes down to the Facebook. So when we go through this, I mean, yes, I'll speak to the client personally as well. I'm not just going to chuck a podcast out there and say that this is the answer to everything, because then it's not tailored and it's not personal. But I just wanted to go through a little bit of what I do with clients and how, when we look at what is actually stressing us out, I've been my own worst enemy on this. I get stressed out daily, but when I actually look into it, why the fuck am I actually stressing? And I've got a coach called Steve H, who I'll say Socrates, and yeah, and he is like Socrates to me. He seems to have the answer to everything, and I'm very thankful for that. But I want to share some of the mindset stuff I'm doing as well. When I've started sharing it with my clients, and I've already noticed a much more beneficial impact on them not just those clients, and this is why I'm looking at, I'd say serving, helping more and more people that actually help others. And this is why I'm looking at coaching those people, and why I'm going to put out more videos. For some sort of thing which is stressing you out, look a little bit deeper and actually see, is it stressing you out or is it just you? Also, when you say you haven't got time to do anything, it may not be some of the people listening to this, but when you say you haven't got time to do anything, ask yourself, what happened in EastEnders last week? You know the answer, you already know where to start. Take care.